the pressure on my back, I went inside of me. They caught a vibe I wasn't feeling. Put the pressure on my back, I went inside it. Put it into words, we all the same like cinnamon. Taste skin salty, I miss the sweet like cinnamon. Put it on my back, put it on my back. Seen him on a stretcher, try to run off with a sack. Street life getting old, knew I wasn't going back. Bitches changing every season, still waited to turn my back. Dice games in the streets, you lose, they take you off your mess. Slur your words, she think you cheating.
Welcome back to the New Tribe Podcast. Today we have our host Bashar, in the building, Abdulaziz, and my boy Ditka. If he gets his headphones on, what's up, baby?
Yes, sir. MD in the building.
And you already know it's Big Los coming at you. Today we are going to be talking about our goals for 2022 and looking back at 2021, things we might have done, things we could do better, and all that good stuff. You heard?
That's big time, yo. That's big time. How y'all doing today, man? Welcome to the podcast, by the way. How y'all feeling about being on a podcast?
This is the first time I'm on a podcast.
Oh, it is. It is. Well, welcome, my brother. You know, it's pretty simple. Don't think about the camera, you know? Think about, you know how they be talking about, don't think about the camera when it comes to audiences and whatnot. Just have a conversation pretty much with us. How's your day going, my brother?
Good, man. Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate you guys for reaching out. It's a great day, new year.
It's a wonderful day. Freshly squeezed lemonade, you know.
And you know what it is. But looking forward to this year, man. Thank you for having my cousin as well.
No, most definitely, man. I definitely wanted to bring you guys on, and because this topic is such a great topic, such an important topic, right? To talk about as far as aspirations, goals. Every year is 365 days. We're already down 2 days, so we're down to 363 days, you know? So, what did you guys
already
accomplish?
counting down?
Yeah. yeah, we should. That's unhealthy attitude. Let's not count it down. But let's pretty much say that it's the beginning of the year, the very beginning of the year.
Right.
And there's a lot of things that we all want to accomplish, all things that should be accomplished by us as well, because we're young, we're energetic and all that stuff. Just talk about a little bit about, you know, some of the things you accomplished last year that you were proud of, and some of the things that you're maybe looking forward to in next year, you know?
Man, so the beginning of last year, towards the end of 2020, I told myself 2021, I'm going to start off by going to Somalia.
Wow, that's amazing, brother.
Yeah.
It's funny because that's my goal this year.
Somalia.
When are you going?
In a few weeks.
Dope.
And so I went to Somalia for 3 reasons. To get married, to meet people, my family members that I've never seen,
Yeah.
right? To get to know them. And to also learn the deen a little bit more.
That's
Practice
amazing,
it.
man. That's every one of those
How,
goals.
how
is
did
amazing.
how did that trip go?
That trip, first of all, I want to say, alhamdulillah, I accomplished everything I said I was going to do.
Mashallah. Big ups.
Can we get a round of applause?
Big ups.
Where's the button? Is it
Big
still on
ups.
there?
Yeah, we got to give it to the brother. We got to give it. You hear it?
Let's get it.
It's on, you know.
Yes.
How does it feel, man? How's marriage life, man?
Oh, man. Marriage
Beautiful.
is a beautiful thing to get into. It's a beautiful investment.
Yeah, it is. Definitely. It's good that you say that. It is an investment. It's definitely one of, you know, the most important investment that you can possibly make in life is marriage.
Right.
So the fact that you accomplished that, congratulations to you, man. That's something huge, as well as visiting Somalia. Was that your first time or
Nope. That
Oh.
was my 5th or 6th.
fifth?
I'm not counting, but
How was
been
the
there multiple
food?
times. But the food, man, the food
Organic?
is real. It's as real as it can be.
Okay.
Organic.
Yeah,
Organic.
I'm talking
extremely
about
organic.
the milk.
Okay.
Like camel milk?
Camel, of course.
Man,
You got
that-
to, man. If you got,
So
if
is
you
it
go to
true-
Somalia, don't go there for the goat milk. You got to go there for the camel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it like a detox? Like when you first drink it?
When it depends. If it's your first time going to Somalia, then it's
Yeah.
like a detox, a cleansing. it cleans your body out. But if you've been there multiple times, you adapt to it.
Yeah.
You already know, and it's like a normal milk. It's
Okay.
just milk.
Plus, this guy's a baller. When he goes, he stays.
All right.
Mashallah.
Oh yeah, he's a couple months in, 6 months. You know.
People like us, we get away for like a few days.
Man,
right.
shoot.
And you, how long? So this is. I'm expecting. He said that you stayed long. How was it? Like
I
3 months?
stayed, no, 7.
Right.
7 months.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. You see what I'm talking about?
Cha-ching.
So you spent almost the entire year over there,
The
huh?
entire year. Yep.
Wow,
Almost, yeah.
mashallah, man.
I left December 22nd, and then I went to Nairobi for the remaining of the year of 2020.
Yeah.
You go to Mombasa?
No, I just stayed in Isli is where they call it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very, very, very nice place. I like
Beautiful place. If you haven't been there, you
it.
guys go check out.
It's not
Isli.
bad. And then I started my journey in Hargeisa.
Amazing.
And I made my way to Galkaya and Hamad, and then
Shout out to
Hargeisa.
Galkayo, birthplace.
So it was nice. It was nice. I liked it.
It was a nice overall trip, man.
It was a nice trip.
That's dope. And and you accomplished all the things that you set out to do.
I went out for 3 reasons and 3 reasons only.
Yeah.
And I just had to do it.
That's
I remember cutting a ticket. I cut my ticket March 2020,
yeah.
beginning of the pandemic,
Yeah.
because I knew I was going to go
Wow.
for that 3 reasons.
And knowing is planning,
Right.
pretty much.
Right.
And that's what it is, accomplishing your goals is all about planning for your goals. And if you're able to plan
Right.
and stay concise and stay disciplined, you're able to do that. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, talk a little bit about discipline, because I know you do a lot of different things out here in the city as far as business, a lot of different things, right?
Right.
What is it like to be disciplined?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It is a challenge, and sometimes, I mean, also knows you guys just see me pop off on you before the start of this because I have somewhere else to be.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like you have to be disciplined if you want to get somewhere. And a lot of people say, "Oh, it's a new year, it's a new me, or it's a new year resolution." Yeah, I mean, the date changes, but that doesn't mean you don't have to finish up what you started last year either.
Right.
It's at the end of the day, I feel like discipline comes in a form of dedication. Whatever you're gonna go do, make sure it turns gold, and if it doesn't, at least it's silver or something.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I mean, in terms of me, I do have my hand in a lot of different things, but how I stay disciplined, honestly, is one, I have a planner, so I have, I honestly plan out at least 3 to 4 months of my calendar.
Right.
And anything that, if you call me today and say, hey, that, I need this, or, or a client calls or whatever, it's automatically on my calendar.
Right.
And I feel like that's one thing that I included and, started utilizing a lot more in the past 2 years. And it definitely changed, how I do business. It definitely changed how I maneuver as an adult, or as a brother, or, and one of the biggest things was, like he was saying, going back home. I'm about to go back to Somalia for the first time in 20
You about to
plus
get
years.
married too, or drop some
No,
secrets?
actually, bro, something a lot bigger than that. I'm actually about to meet my mom for the first time in my life, and
Mashallah.
my siblings.
Mashallah,
Yeah.
mashallah.
And going back to discipline, I feel like I didn't have the necessary discipline or the necessary time management for me to make that. And also, there's a lot of other factors in it as well, but being able to plan that out, like I said, planning is and being able to figure that out, and also realizing, the things that are more important to you.
Right.
Money comes and goes, people
Exactly.
come and go, but at the end of the day, your blood is blood,
Right.
And alhamdulillah, I'm able to say that I am gonna go, and my goal is always to go before 30. So damn, I got a few months.
Everybody's
Yeah.
goal is to go before they're 30.
Right. So, that is one thing, man. Discipline is key. And I feel like you also have to have a lot of, if you do have, for someone as social as I could be, you have to have a lot of people around you that can, hold you accountable or, keep you grounded. We're at the end of the day, we're humans. We could get carried away easily.
100%.
So it's like if you have friends, that tell you, hey, this is not looking right, or, this is not for you, or this is not something I've known you to be doing.
Exactly.
You need that. And, this is my cousin, and I was telling him earlier today, he's like, I don't have friends. I'm like, man, he met Abdurrahman, Frankie, he met you guys, and, and now he's here with us. and he can tell you what he thinks. But he was telling that, and I told him, man, you gotta have people around you that even, they it doesn't have to be anything, but if for example, Bishar, I joke around with Bishar all the time, but Bishar is a very smart guy, very smart, and honestly, honestly, I mean, being in the same room with you, we always throw ideas around.
Yeah, bro.
We throw ideas. We try to come up with things, and we talk about the things we do, and the whole same thing with Loso. And alhamdulillah, I've been blessed to have and even cut down my friends and realize who's really who in the past few years, and that keeps me very disciplined in a way.
Right.
Yeah, man, you touched on a lot of important things. Definitely, biggest thing that I always preach about or talk about is discipline at the beginning of the year, because that's when you should have the most amount of discipline.
Exactly.
I can see that you slacking off in November or December, because it's at the end of the year, festivities, holidays, things of those sorts. But as far as the beginning of the year, that's when discipline and planning are the most at the most important. For me, 2021 was all about finishing. It was like a conclusion to the rest. You know what I mean? The life that I had before 2021 and including 2020. So I was trying to finish things, whether it was my degree, it was just
Congratulations, by the way.
Congratulations,
I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it. It was definitely.
Let's get the class up.
It was definitely a big accomplishment for me as somebody who didn't think I was going to graduate in high school.
There was this, caption I used to go around. The price just went up. yours has been up. It just kind of skyrocketed.
All of us, man. Every year our price goes up. Our value goes up because our intellect goes up.
I mean, you grow wiser.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
A lot of people say, "Oh, no." I mean, I feel like life teaches you things. Experience is the biggest educator in my personal opinion.
Right.
Sometimes I feel like I'm 40. Sometimes I want to be 18, and I feel like I'm 18, and I just want to jump around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with experience, I feel like going through things teaches you things and teaches you how to maneuver.
Right.
And I feel like the past 2 years have been, they've provided almost everyone some sort of an experience, whether they liked it or not. You know what I mean? Exactly. I mean, I know I lost family members. I know a lot of people lost, friends, family, due to the pandemic. People lost their jobs, their careers, their source of incomes. A lot of people lost a lot of different things, changed in a lot of different ways. The entire world, shaped in a different matter. But discipline and planning, comes harder when you're going through things. But I feel like, like you said, if you just stick to that, and it's going to work out someday.
Yeah, and it's so important, like I said, because you feel so accomplished. I think as somebody who accomplished their aspirations for 2021, it felt good to have accomplished your aspirations. Yes?
It felt somewhat amazing.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, it was more so of a 2020. But because of what happened with the whole pandemic, it got pushed to next year.
Everything got pushed back.
Everything got pushed back. It was out of my hand.
It's like we skipped a year.
Well, we skipped 2 years. I feel like we skipped 2 years.
Right?
2 years, yeah. It's just, and then we got here, right?
We're losing our 20s to the COVID-19 pandemic. That's somebody.
See you 2030, man.
That's funny. That's funny. Bishar said our 20s. I mean, hey, we talking about ours, but you are a senior here.
Yeah. Oh, hey! Shots fired! What are you saying? I'm claiming my my American birthday more than my real. Hey, man. My Instagram has all the pictures I need to determine my age. Don't listen to this guy. But I'm playing. In all seriousness, though, goals and aspirations for 2021. I want to see every single Somali person, men, women, child, or otherwise, accomplish their goals and aspirations this year. And we have to do better as a community.
Right.
We have to be more holistic with one another.
Exactly.
We have to take care of one another. We're in a foreign country.
Right.
There's a lot of brothers losing their lives on the streets. There's a lot of things that are happening to our youngins, whether it's drugs, violence, or anything that you can possibly imagine. There's a lot happening, and we need each other more than ever.
Right
and
now.
we need Somali men to be Somali men more than ever. So like this year is gonna be huge for all of us. Let's go to our community. Let's go to the greater black community, and let's go to America. You know, because we're also American. As much as we think that we are Somali, we're also just as much as
we're I mean,
we're all brothers and sisters. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone. So I just want to see everyone succeed. It
I
doesn't
do
matter
too.
race,
You know,
color,
it's
whatever
crazy.
you are.
Creed,
you know?
it doesn't matter. Yep.
you know, like I was saying, people say this is my year, but honestly, when I hear that from our people, it's the one year I believe it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even kidding. It's the one year I honestly believe when someone says, "Yo, I'm about to go crazy."
Right.
I'm like, "Go crazy,"
Right.
because I believe in it. Because I feel like the past 2 years gave a lot of people some time to think to themselves as well. Me personally, I feel like it gave me a lot of time to think about my life and a lot of things, and
COVID really put a lot of things in perspective.
a lot of things in perspective. And I feel like it gave me personally some time to catch up to myself. Not even anything else, man.
Focus.
Just, just time to catch up to myself on a personal level. To realize what's what and what's not. And you prioritize. When you what they say. Well, you're your best self consultant. When you talk to yourself and you hold yourself accountable, I feel like you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. Because at the end of the day, you go back home and let's up to you talking to you, hey man, what'd you do today? And I feel like if you could do that for yourself,
That's perfect.
You can do anything you put your mind to, because ain't nobody else telling you can't do it. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna go back to yourself and look at you in the mirror and say, shit, I could do it. And I feel like and I like Bashar said, I'm excited for this year. I'm excited to go, meet my mom, meet my siblings, the rest of my family, meet my grandmother, and I'm also excited to
future wife.
Love of my life. Still up that 30 number with a big bang. You know what I mean?
We're not throwing numbers out there, man.
But I think the sisters here in America would miss that too much for him to marry from back home.
But hey, I mean,
this is a respectable man.
That's
a topic for a different day.
That's a different podcast. You know what I mean?
Stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned. But no, for real, I am excited. And then also in terms of life back here, and my goal is to when I come back to kind of be a little more residential here in the state of Minnesota, to also get back to a lot of things, such as working with you guys and going back to what he said, going back to our community and have some sort of initiatives, and also an outsource for a lot of the other people that want to get into the things that we do, being, doing IT and production, being in the, in different industries that we're in. I feel like, it's time for us to really hold each other up, and give each other the leeway. We're, as a Somali, we always say, oh, you don't want. No, I feel like every Somali wants to see Somali succeed, especially
creating
the young
a network
ones.
of people that are.
And I feel like we can create that
forward,
network and have the ability to say, hey, today I need this. Oh, okay, my friend Loso does that. With confidence.
Right.
And just help each other up, and to be able to feel comfortable to come to me and ask me anything, knowing that you won't get it, or you won't get the raw reality of it, and my goal is to actually have my friends and people I do business with have some sort of outsource. I feel like the past few years I lost myself just being business. I feel like you gotta somehow connect to your community, connect to your people, connect
being
to your
more
culture,
resourceful to each other.
to your culture and your religion. Especially living in LA is not where I get to see Somalis every day, or I get to pick and choose, or even another that. So in a way, I'm excited to be a part of the Somali community again.
Right.
Changing your atmosphere, man. And you.
So you picked the warm weather. You picked the cold weather.
No, I pick my people over anything.
Yeah,
You
big
know what I'm
facts,
saying?
big facts. But what you
coulda FaceTimed
transitioning
me,
back
man.
as far as coming back to the States? What was that like? Because I know being gone 7 months.
You
in a
came
different
back
environment.
motivated.
So I didn't live here. When I left and booked a ticket back in June, I didn't know where I was gonna go. Well, I didn't. So I just booked the ticket and said I'm gonna go back to where I was born. I was born in Minnesota, Rochester. I said I'm just gonna go back to Minnesota, Minneapolis. I came here because, everyone, has a dream
Yeah.
they want to go on about, right? So growing up, I always wanted to somehow help. If it's helping my brother with homework, if it's helping him, try to teach him how to play basketball, just talk to him or talk to my mom, my sister, anyone. I just want to help. Just give something that I own to someone. And so I believed coming to Minneapolis would have been the right place to do so.
Yeah. There's a lot of that is
I
needed.
lived in Kentucky.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I lived in Kentucky prior.
Louisville.
So you guys, your family, they're from Kentucky?
My family originally is from
Rochester.
Minnesota, Rochester.
Okay.
But they moved to Texas
Okay.
and then found themselves in Kentucky.
So I mean, no matter where we are in the world, we're still nomads. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I
Southern.
mean, I think I done moved and switched locations maybe
Multiple
6
times,
times
right?
in the
Yeah.
last 3 years alone.
Right.
So
Right.
Relocation is sometimes good because there's a change of environment.
it is. It is.
You get out of it.
Exactly.
Get out of
I'm
it.
changing. I'm about to change my environment. I have been living in the same space for the last 4 years or so. Now I'm about to move back into a place by myself. This year is literally about, I've learned so much in 2020.
Go
and
crazy, bro.
2021. Exactly. Yeah. I learned so much. I don't think I'm the same person I was 2019 that I am today.
Right.
I've matured.
The 2 years you missed.
Yeah, and I've also found my intellect. You know what I mean? I became an intellectual. I think as somebody, I'm not fully there yet, but
Right.
every day I'm educating myself. I'm learning new things. I'm accomplishing every single one of my goals. Accomplishing my master's degree was one of the most significant things that I could have possibly done for myself. Looking so far at my life, because I look back to high school. I wasn't the most successful kid in high school. I didn't have the best grades. I had a 2.9 GPA. I worked 40 hours a week. You know what I mean? So those things, and then being here now and, being able to look back and reflect and say, I did this, or even the things that I accomplished last year, which was one of the things was starting this podcast, because we want to have a voice as Somali men. You know what I mean? And so that we can say the things that we want to say as black men in America, also. So a lot to go around. How do you feel about, the last 2 years, Loso? What do you feel most accomplished about?
Well,
Well, you start with a smile. It's going to be good.
Where to start? Man, the last 2 years have certainly been interesting. You know what I mean? Being locked indoors, which is, I'm out. If you guys know me, I like being out. You know what I mean? I do not like being indoors. I went from gaining weight.
Yeah, he gained a lot of weight. He was
Yeah, I
looking
was like-
pregnant at one point. I'm just kidding.
I was like, I was high up there. We're not gonna say the number.
high numbers.
It's gone now, but I really took that time to be more in tune with myself. So I really got to know myself a lot better. You know what I mean? And goods and bads. So I literally sat down and like Dirk said, he had a planner. Before I had a planner, I had a list of good things I was doing and bad things I was doing. So I was like, we're gonna try to eliminate the negatives, and we're gonna try to create a longer list of positive habits and things that I should start doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like along with that, moving, which is something that you mentioned, moving into a different space really helped me mentally, physically, just
Everything.
yeah, encompassing all that. It really made me feel like now I'm motivated. You know what I mean? Like let's get this work done. Let's hustle. You know what I mean? And on top of that, just surrounding myself with good people. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can say that I see that, bro, because I remember 2 summers back we were in California together.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, we were both at different stages in life,
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I honestly can see that because
100%, yeah.
after that trip is when me and Loso actually started getting close.
100%.
And I've seen that transition where, him moving into a new space, him, changing kind of more of his trajectory towards life, to be honest. and I'm happy for you, wallahi, like from the bottom of my heart, bro.
I appreciate you.
Same here, man. Same here.
Here's the
You know,
love,
big
baby.
ups, big ups, man.
Well,
Big ups to
You
accomplishing
know,
and
we about to
changing
get
and,
this. We about to go crazy.
and rebranding.
Oh, yeah,
It's all
100%.
about that change, you know, that atmosphere, whether it's changing schools, changing jobs, changing jobs, especially. That's the
Get
biggest
out.
thing. Yeah.
If you don't like it, get out.
Get out. Please
If
get
you
out.
don't like your job, people, you know, it's like job security. No, ain't nothing more secure than yourself.
Yeah.
Secure your mental peace. I
Don't
feel like
become
you know,
God's
stagnant.
gonna
Yeah.
that's what
provide
I'm
too,
saying.
you know.
And I feel like, you know, what he said. If you don't like it, there's always something else that's out there to get money on. But I feel like you gotta protect your mental peace in
And
order.
Be around
to
people
really-
that motivate
Thank you, yeah.
1000%. Like, you know what I mean? Be around people that are going to make you want to go to the top and not
People
people
that
that,
just
are
make you
okay with
think.
you. You know what I mean? Just sitting
Mediocre
around.
you, yeah,
Yeah,
mediocre
mediocre
you.
you.
If they're okay with mediocre you, then that entire team needs to be put away because you guys are all
100%.
mediocre.
That's
you
what I'm
know,
saying. And there's a
So,
lot of
elevate.
successful people that you could always put yourself around or whatever. But I feel like you said,
It starts
that
with
person
you.
has to be someone that motivates you. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people in my industry that I'm like, man, what if I was in this? But they don't motivate me in any way or form.
stable form, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then there's people in other industries that I'm like, man, you know? And going back to that, a few years ago, I went to London to meet, you know, my grandmother. And she was a scholar at the University of Oxford for a very long time.
MashaAllah.
Wow, mashallah, mashallah.
You know, and this is my first time meeting her. You know, she's an author. She wrote books. She worked for, you know, the UN, did a lot of things, you know, for Somalia, mashallah. And this is my first time meeting her, and I was still in college at the time. And, well, I kid you not, man, when I walked into her bedroom, it was like a portion of the library. And I'm talking about she was almost 90 at the time, you know, in her 80s. And every morning, I went there for a month because it was winter break. Every morning, she had the same routine, you know, going back to discipline. She had the same routine. She would wake up in the morning, have her coffee. She would never leave the house or leave, you know, without, you know, after she prays Fajr or, you know, her prayers. She would either read, she would read something, you know, and just me being, you know, in that environment to see someone at that age still going strong, still willing to learn, still hungry for you know, for more, kind of motivated me and definitely changed how I faced that entire semester of college after I left. You know, so motivation could come from a lot of different sources, you know, just family, friends, you know, your little brothers. You got brothers to live for. I got family to live for, you know. And then it's honestly how and where you feed that off and, you know, being around the right people and then, you know, someone that can say, hey, bro, this is not for you or, you know, I don't like the way you're going down. Sometimes you know better than me. I might come to you and say, hey, so I'm not with it, but maybe you have a different plan, you know. But at least being around the same people, you know, around people that, you know,
That inspire you.
Right, that inspire you, but also, you know, that are willing or want to see you at your best.
Right.
100%.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that can motivate you, but don't want that.
And, you know, to that point, a lot of the times what I do see is people sometimes they don't know how to distinguish somebody who's holding you responsible and somebody who's looking for, you know,
Like
ill will.
critiquing you.
Yeah, exactly, or critiquing you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to be criticized to
Right.
do better.
Constructive criticism, yeah, it's a
constructive criticism is a must at all times. So if somebody comes up to you and gives you advice, you know, my dad used to tell me is the people that give you advice all the time are those who care about you.
Right.
You know, sometimes it seems like those people they have some
It
sort
can
of
get
animosity.
annoying to some.
Yeah,
extent.
it does.
I mean, and they say it's like if I get, you know, my form of, you know, criticism is love, to be honest, and that's real. You know, don't tell me I did okay if you really know I didn't. You know, just be like, yo, what could you have done better? You know, what could you change? What would you, you know, in my position or whatever. At the end of the day, but it's, you know, like you said, you got to be able to take the good with the bad. Don't always expect to hear all glorifying things. You know, it is what it is. And when you hear the bad, you got to be also open-minded enough to you know, take that and say, okay. And that's one of the main things that I actually, you know, learned over the past few years is to be able to, you know, understand that this person doesn't mean ill will behind what they're saying, but rather, you know, they're just trying to express it in a way that you should have, you probably went about it, or
Yeah.
in a way that would have been better for you in that situation.
100%.
Listen more than you listen. Not a lot of people listen to listen to the actual content one is saying, but yeah, pretty much. This episode is about aspirations and goals. We talked about some of the things that help you with your aspirations and goals, and we want to tell everybody out there that you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. 2021 is our year. It's for everybody and anyone who's willing to listen and do the things that they plan to do by following by being
2022,
disciplined.
baby.
Yeah, by being disciplined. So shout out to 2022. Shout out to these guys for coming through. We'll definitely have them back on each so that they can also talk about their different brands and the things that they're doing out here in Minneapolis, because they're both doing different things that are extremely important to our community. So shout out to you guys for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Subscribe, like, comment. You Try Podcast is not going anywhere, so please stay tuned with us.
Definitely. And we'll be back with some more content.
Very much
Thank you
so.
for having us.
Put the pressure on my back, I went inside of me.